Okay, guys, I just want to continue this subject on the pole flip. I'll be going over it as to what to expect during this pole flip. All right. So during the pole flip, this is what's going to happen. You're going to have. Let me go into. Let me go into my. I don't think I need this picture anymore for now. So this is, remember, this is the entire expanse. You have the sun and the moon over it. I'm just doing a recap in here. The sun, the moon, the stars, all planets are within here. This is Earth itself, anchored to the firmament. Okay. You have, currently we have east, west, north, south. So all of this is going to change. Okay. This is just another example of Earth itself. This was made a representation. These little layers right here will represent different barriers to before we get to the sun. Each barriers, and they could also represent each planets within our system. Okay, all planets are within our firmament. All right, the firmament. This is the entire thing. Outside of the firmament is pure darkness. When NASA sees, they're looking into this area right here. The entire firmament is pure darkness. Now the fallen angels are able to make planets and suns to fool the people. They will come to Earth. Whew, that's another topic. They will come to Earth. We are going to be having an invasion of them, of the planetary that's coming to our system. I have explained it to you before. When this planet Nibiru enters into our planetary system and blocks the sun and the moon and all the stars in it, everything is going to become dark. This pure darkness. You will not be able to see in front of your hands. You will not be able to see your hands in front of you. Now when that happens, that will be an invasion of Earth by the Nephilims. The Titans are coming. There are different groups. There are many different groups of Nephilim, the children of the fallen angels. They're coming on that planet. There are also many of the other planets within our system. Many of the planets within our system, they'll be coming. Some of them will be granted access into our system, okay, and onto Earth itself. The reptilians, which is from the Satanic kingdom, Satan himself. Let me do this. Sorry, I just messed up. Satan himself lives under the earth, okay, and he is a reptilian. So his kingdom, see, as per Vicky Cornell system here. So you have the hell. Some of them are the gates of hell, right? So some of them living under the earth. They know how to access these portion of the earth. So some of them, when the shaking happens, they're going to be coming to the earth. When this planetary system invades Earth, Nibiru, when Nibiru comes, it's gonna go woo and close off everything, and the entire planet system. It's gonna be total darkness. There's gonna be earthquake. Some of these stuff is taverns is gonna be closed up. So they will have to come to Earth. So you're gonna be having an invasion of many different species, I should say, of aliens and all of that. Now also what's going to be happening also is that you're going to over here, the different dimensions of Earth are going to be opened up also. Not during I'm not so sure when is the dimensions are going to be opened up on the pole flip. So when the pole flips, you're going to be having demons coming in. You're going to be seeing new forms of animals that will be coming in into our regions, because they'll be able to because we have invisible barriers right now. What those barriers are going to be opened up, and then you're going to be having your animals flying from dinosaurs are still there. They're going to be flying from outer bounds into our regions over here. Okay, you're going to be seeing them, but Yahuwah may just release them at a certain time. Also, the Leviathan and all those other animals that's listed in the Bible, they are here in the earth. So they're going to be showing up at an appointed time, right? So now, I said I was going to do the pole flip. I'm only a few minutes into the pole flip. That was a quick recap. Now let me go on to our books here. So, so this is a depiction of the. This is my son's book, Eli's book, right? And this is what they're being taught, is that the sun, the earth, you know, the one central sun, and the earth moves. The earth moves around the sun, which is not true. It is the sun. It is the sun that moves. Okay, the earth is stable. The earth is stable. It's anchored to the firmament. Earth is stable. All right. Now, and all of these that you're looking at is right here, similar, right here. Okay, and the black rock is connected directly to the northern star. I didn't do such a good job in drawing. Okay. Now, now remember, thought I had this marked. Oh yes, I did. Okay. So please, guys, since I'm a citizen of the United States, I'm gonna be going over the United States and Jamaica for just a quick recap. Let me do the Jamaican side first. So now Jamaica is pretty much not going to be affected, but that much, except for the change in the sun and flooding and all the other stuff. So we're not going to be experiencing the cold temperature. So now over here is east, which is St. Thomas Kingston side. So the sun is going to be right now raises from here and closes over here, Westmoreland, Hanover side, right? So when the pole flips, it's going to be from St. Catherine, Clarendon side. It's going to be from over here on the from Clarendon side down here to up here in the St. Anne side, right? So it's going to be from foot of Clarendon up to this side over here, okay? And we still remain a tropical country. It's not going to be affected. It's just going to be from here to here, but instead of from here to here, it's going to be from here to here. All right. So those who have so now let's go into the United States, where it's going to be a much major impact within the United States. So this is the map of the United States. So now the sun is going to be going from down here, Antarctica. So Antarctica is going to be a new land for us. All right. So Antarctica is going to be new land. So now there's a lot of ice in Antarctica. It's covered in ice. So what do you think is going to happen when this pole flips? If everything down here is covered in ice. It's not shown on the map right here, but Antarctica is covered in ice. So what do you think is going to happen? Right? The ice cap melts. So yeah, the ice cap is going to melt from down in Antarctica and from the Arctic region over here. So you're going to have an expansion of water, an excess water that's going to be flooding all these coastal areas. Right? You're going to have an influx of water that's going to be flooding these coastal areas to begin with when the pole flips. All right? Now, when the pole flips, now looking at the map, this is the American map. So the sun rises, I'm just using from this side, okay, guys? The sun rises over here, which with the East Coast side over here is New York. No, let me do this because I don't remember all of the states. So now we have New York in the east, New York in the east, Pennsylvania, Maine, right? Those are in the east. Okay, So now remember, now I'm saying that for a reason. This is where the sun rises, over here, right, in the east side. So now remember, New York on average is generally cold. Maine is the cold place, right? And there's another state, Boston area. They're cold, right? Quebec, all of those places are cold, and that's the east. And the sun glows from over here all the way to over here, which is on the west. But the west is generally warmer. Over here is Colorado. I'm sorry. Over here is we're in the temperate zone, right? This kind of line right here. So over here is kind of where the sun travels directly path. There's a path. So this path is generally warmer, right? So over here is California, Nevada, and all Utah, and all of these other places where the sun rises, sun sets. Okay. So over this side of the map, I know for sure is warmer, right? So now what's going to happen is that the sun is coming from south, which is now going to be the new east, going all the way up to the top, right? Going over to the Arctic region. So the Arctic region is also going to melt, right? The water is going. You're going to be able to see the black rock much more vividly. But now take a look and see what happens though. So if this is I don't remember, I should go over this. I think they call it a temperate zone. So like on the equator, there's an area that where the sun travels. It's going to be warmer, so it's going to be colder, and then this is the central point where it will be really hot. So it's going to be the same thing. Coming from the south, you're going to have another area that's going to be much warmer, right? So now if the sun is traveling in this area, somewhere over here, right? Remember now, over here has always been cold. What do you think is going to happen to New York, Boston, all those areas? That it's already cold over here. Remember, it's already cold over here. The sun rises over here. What do you think is going to happen? Shadeen Anglin gave a prophecy regarding Shadeen Anglin gave a prophecy, and she states that there's going to be mass migration from New York, Boston, Pennsylvania, and all those other places heading to the south. And I could not understand why that was going to happen. I didn't know why that was going to happen. Now, the reason why it's going to happen, she didn't state why it's going to happen. We prophesy in parts. And I told her, it's my job to find these prophecies and present them to you. One of the reasons why there's going to be mass migration going to the south and Nevada and all of these areas, Texas and all these other areas, is that over here is going to become extremely cold. So now this is supposed to happen in November. So guess what? What's going to happen is that you're going to have a duplicacy. You're going to have an extended period of winter over here. It's like it's going to be doubled. So the temperature over here in New York is going to experience extreme cold temperature, and I know for sure. Then we have over here Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Those are very cold states as it is right now. So what's going to happen to Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota? Those states are going to be frozen over. People are going to die from coldness in this region right here. Texas is going to be a temperate zone. Okay, so I know there's prophecy. Dana Coverstone, Dana Coverstone prophecies are going to be unveiled coming in November. No, not even. Yes, in November is when Dana Coverstone prophecies. I've listened to most of his prophecies, if not even all. His stuff are going to begin to unveil. Then I've made a list. What do you call it? I have made a list of his prophecies that you can have access to it, because they are just now going to come forth. Today, the Coverstone prophecies are coming forth, guys. They are literal. Literal. All right. So be careful. Be careful of what. Go over them. There have been many of them have been over 3 years already. You need to go over them and listen to them. To listen to him. Whatever he has states is going to happen. Everything that he has stated is going to happen. All right. So now remember, you're going to be having your sun rising down here, going up to the top. Your sun is going to be from here, going all the way over here. All right. Down, up. Okay. So these parts of the region is going to be extremely cold. Georgia, it's probably still going to be warm, but it's going to be colder. Maybe Georgia is coming, I don't know. Maybe Georgia is probably going to, North Carolina is probably going to become like New York. Right? Because if you're in Wisconsin, Minnesota, those are prophetic areas that people are going to be frozen. All right? So these are things that we need to take and think about. I'm giving you all this information that's going to happen. We already know that people are going to move from the northeast, coming all the way down to the south, Tennessee, and all of those places. All right? These places probably going to be frozen over. These lakes. So, but that's another story anyway. I have to go that. It may not be, because I have prophecies on these lakes. So these are things that I need to go over. Okay, so yeah. So these things are gonna be, so Brazil, sun over. This will be east, west. So now we're going from Argentina, going all the way to the top over here. All right. Same thing with. Let me see if I find Africa here. Same thing with South Africa. The sun is gonna rise from here, and it's gonna go somewhere over here. So from here to here. Okay. No longer from here to here. Okay. So no longer from here to here. It's gonna be from here to here. From the bottom to the top right here. Okay, so I think I've basically covered what you need to know for what's gonna coming up, and I think hopefully that gives you a better understanding of you know what I was trying to explain to you. All right. I don't know if I need to recap anything. Hopefully you guys have a better understanding. So this is when we finished, when the poles flipped. This is what everything is gonna look like. See the difference there, right there in the pole flip. Okay. So guys, stay tuned for the prophecies. I think I have covered most of what I need to say, if not everything. But if not, I'll come back. So now the next phase is to go into the prophecies of what's going to be happening, when it's going to be happening from these events. Thank you very much for your time.